Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Every Day is Friday 365. I'm your host, Matthew, and remember to subscribe so you can join me on this journey where every day is Friday. Today, I got a really special guest joining us, Jason Paige. He is someone you've definitely heard. He is the voice behind the original Pokemon theme song, Gotta Catch 'Em All. Jason, welcome to the show.
Thank you, my friend. Every day is Friday, except for today. It's Tuesday. Wednesday. What is day? It's Friday again. Holy shit.
Every day.
Oh, man. Every day is Friday.
Jason, that song came out in 1998 when Pokemon first hit the world. That one song turned into a global anthem that shaped millions of childhoods.
Billions, my friend. Billions.
I got to ask you, how did you get the opportunity to sing the Pokemon theme song, Gotta Catch 'Em All?
Well, as you can see behind me, my greatest brands banner right there. I'm a session singer. I travel around across the land, searching far and wide for vocal opportunities to understand the power that's inside of my voice. I lend my voice to all of these projects. At the time, 1998, New York City. I'm going around to different studios, 5 to 10 sessions a week. And those sessions are for Subway, Eat Fresh, the quilted quick to pick her up, always Coca-Cola, Lego Mania, the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. When you get nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea, and dozens more that you don't know because they didn't go final. All of these, when you do sessions, are paid auditions. So you get paid for the session. Hopefully it goes to the next level and goes on TV, and you get paid residuals from that point on. Unfortunately, with Pokemon, there was not residuals. There's just a one-time payment. Sometimes they're union gigs. Sometimes they're non-union buyouts. So even still, it's a paid demo, and then you get the buyout if it goes final. This is one of 10 that week. Matter of fact, I should be at some point going into the storage space, pulling out my date books from back at the time. There was a beeper on my belt like that. Beep, 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 beep. It went off. I looked at it, looked kind of like this thing right here. And I saw, that number. I called the number back from a payphone on the street and set up the session time that I would be over there after, being at some other studio downtown that same day. And look to see actually when that day was that the session happened and get real specific about these questions. But that's pretty much how I remember it happening and how it would have happened. One of 10 sessions that week, beeped on the street, make the call, write it down in my book. And we just, at that point, it's trust that we're going to be there. You sent me an Instagram message. You sent me an email. Hey, we're going to do this. All of these different communications. Before, back in the day, it was just one little verbal communication that you're going to be there, and then you show up.
Wow. Jason, did you know what Pokemon was before you sang the original theme song?
Well, they explained to me what it was when I went into the session. It's a Japanese TV show that they're bringing to the States, and they've got to dub it in English. And this is the English theme song. Here's what it looks like. And they played it on the monitor, and it looked kind of like Speed Racer, but with a younger character. And I was like, it looks like Speed Racer. Good. Go Speed Racer! Go Speed Racer! Go! I loved Speed Racer when I was growing up, so. I didn't really understand much about anime or, these projects are presented and they don't know very much about it other than what they're told. So, we all just sort of are doing our best to hit the ball out of the park. And in this case, we didn't even know how big that park was and how many runs we could score with this Grand Slam.
You hit a grand slam and multiple more after that. I mean, how did it feel the first time you heard your song on TV? Your voice, really? The original
Um,
Pokemon theme song. I mean, that's
I mean,
amazing.
it was one of dozens, like I said. I heard myself on all these other tracks that were on TV and on radio at the time. So not unusual to hear myself singing jingles and theme songs and different movie things on TV. Um, it was a little bit more significant when the TV show became an album, when they made the To Be a Master album, and then the song was an extended version, and also I'm on the road to the real city was the other song that we recorded for that record. And that record was played on the radio. And that was a little different because now we're playing the Pokemon theme song by Jason Paige as the artist on the radio station. And it framed me as the artist doing the song, even though they didn't actually say by Jason Paige. They just played it. And, and that felt a little bit different because TV, it was commonplace. I mean, I just sang to you dozens of, or 10 or so of the jingles that were on TV at the time that I had heard. And you hear them on radio too, but to hear it played in a 3-minute version, that was pretty cool.
Jason, can you unpack this for me? I mean, when you left the studio that day, did it feel like another job or did it feel like something different when you sang the original Pokemon theme song?
Um, you know, uh, uh, Another job, but another job that could have the potential of Lego Mania, a global worldwide phenomenon. That jingle put onto 7 or 8 commercials a year, generating a super amount of income and interest for myself, my partner, the writers, and the company, Lego, that blew up from that point on. So, I'm going all the way. This is another job, but another job can be a monumental thing. This isn't just another interview. This interview can be a monumental thing, not just another interview. So, we don't know how big this interview could be, but it's there now to be downloaded hundreds of millions of times potentially. So let's get that happening.
Yeah, I
Did
mean,
you
sometimes
know that this interview that you were going to conduct with me could be viewed hundreds of millions of times when you did it? Or was it just another interview?
well, I mean, sometimes big moments don't feel that big until later. You know what I mean?
Right. You still got to commit your all and be your very best, like no one ever was in every moment. But yeah, absolutely. It is commonplace for me to go in and give my all. That's what I do. That's my job. That's my motive. That's what I'm doing right here. I'm trying to be as focused and prepared and sharp as possible to your requests and to, hopefully get this interview out in front of hundreds of millions of people.
Can you really dive deep into this for me? Because a lot of people don't really understand the full story. How did your life start to change once the song became popular?
It didn't change at all because the song's popularity was um not connected to me. The song's popularity was connected to the ecosystem and not my art. I continued for 18 years to do my own work, and the song's popularity was popular for kids and unpopular for their parents that had to listen to it 5 times a day. But those kids were 7, 8, 9, and 10, and 7, 8, 9, and 10-year-old kids are playing the game. They're not thinking about who sang the song. It took those kids 18 years to grow up before they even thought in their minds, who's the guy? Oh shit, somebody sung that song that affected my childhood. I never thought about who it was. As a matter of fact, there's still billions of people not thinking about that song that affected them and not making the connection. And you, my friend, are doing a great service to those people who haven't thought about it. They haven't thought who sang that song. And you're sort of saying, hey, I got this guy who sang this song. And they're like, I never thought about that.
The
Wow.
the OG original Pokemon theme
The
song,
OG.
everybody.
They make the connection in their minds. They have this euphoric experience, it's catharsis of like, oh, it's a guy. Wow. And then I sing it for them in a live show and they really lose their minds. but my life didn't change in any way, shape, or form until they changed, until they turned 18. And when they were 18, that was the year that everybody came into the streets to play Pokemon Go. And that's when my life started to change based on the popularity of the song. And actually, that's when the song started getting played more on Spotify, and it spiked, many, many percentages higher than any other song. And then media organizations wanted to know who I was, because those media organizations were filled with 25 to 40-year-olds who actually grew up with Pokemon, and they wanted to interview me because they finally, in their minds, they want to know now.
Just like me. I grew
Just
up
like
playing Pokemon myself, and it is cool to see you still involved after all this time. You've been doing a lot of stuff. I mean, how did you stay connected with the Pokemon community after all these years?
Well, it's I've only been 10 years, like I said. 2016 till to present is connecting with the Pokemon community, and it's such a vast and varied ecosystem of people that play games, people that the cosplay. There's the card collecting community. There's the Comic Cons. There's the Pokemon music online.
I got a
That's
couple
been
games
created.
right here. You know, these games really changed my
Yeah.
life for the better.
Yes, I got them here too, bro. Check it out.
I mean, I got
And
Leaf
and
Green, Fire
and
Red. You probably got the big ones, the old school ones. I lost those, but
well, what I got here is pretty cool. And then we're going to be connecting with the gaming community through these very soon, because we are about to release this product, and I got to show it to you. So it's always been hard to get these things out of these cases, hasn't it? Yeah. Challenges up ahead for the yellow, blue, and the red. Go, Pokemon Go! My Pokemon Go song has a tip to the yellow, blue, and the red. But these are the Jason Paige Game Boy editions. It's actually called Game Pack, not Game Boy. And we're gonna put these out in 9 different colors very soon. And it's a little Jason Paige who runs around the little Pokemon type, like not the Pokemon world, but it's a similar thing to the OG. And you have to collect a whole bunch of cards of my original cards, like this one right here. And when you collect all the cards, you get you win the game, and you get a free autograph on the card that comes with this autographed packaged product. That is a one-of-a-kind product that I don't think anybody else has. Their own video game in their own autographed packaged product with a reward for winning. But anyway, that's one community that we're connecting with. I connect with the card community since 2020. Card shows are blowing up all around the world right now. It's absolutely crazy. Every day I get another call from some card show that wants me to come and perform and sign autographs and sell my card collection, of which I have a very robust cards and slats. They are in my Jason Page binder, all kinds of different things. So I have to, really understand the cards, because we got different collectors coming up, getting cards and getting them graded and getting them autographed. But then I connect with the music community of people that are doing Pokemon remixes, like 3 Netherlands DJs already that I've done remixes with, and another one that's coming out for the 30th anniversary this summer. I got remixes with Jonathan Young, a heavy metal pop cover artist, and it's just there's so many different ways that I can connect. And I connect with new music I've created, like the Pokemon Go theme song, another community that I connect with. So I can just keep it's 15% of the entire Earth's population, maybe more. That's how many people downloaded Pokemon Go. There's more Pokemon fans if you count the Pokemon Go and the card collectors as well. And then you got the game people. So it's probably close to half of the entire Earth's population has some affiliation with some kind of Pokemon product. And they're all fans of the OG. So the OG theme song. So whether, it be through live events or through autograph cards or through partnerships or through games. I'm interacting with so many worlds. I could, hundreds of years of interaction could happen. I wouldn't exhaust this amazing community of creators and people imagining events and creating so much opportunity independent of the actual Pokemon company. They're just putting out the products on the top, but the giant amount of effort and energy is happening from the people like you, doing podcasts, doing music, doing events, doing card shows, doing art, all kinds of things. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. I'm really happy that I can connect with them. I have other projects as well, and I do other things, and I'm involved in theater and film and TV and writing jingles and product, campaigns for other companies. But this community is an inexhaustible amount of joy, love, and opportunity.
Jason, I love that because that feels like a way to connect even deeper with your fans. You got to catch them all.
I'll never catch them all. There's too many of them.
Do you ever just sit back and think about I'm the voice behind Pokemon for an entire generation?
It's a little bit, every now and then I'll be overwhelmed with gratitude and joy and I'll just try to take it in. But it's kind of hard to sort of process it really, because if you think about the amount of time that people, because when you hear a song, it's in your mind, it's stored. You can recall that song at any time once it's programmed into your memory. But you recall it based on things that trigger it. So because there's so many things that can trigger the Pokemon theme song in people's minds, it doesn't even have to play. All they have to do is see a Pokemon game, and they might think, I want to be the very best. They see a Pokemon plushie or a Pikachu. So the amount of times that you're walking around the world seeing something related to Pokemon, every time that is a trigger in your brain. It'll trigger it. Just like whenever I see a Subway sandwich shop, I think, Subway, eat fresh. That's what happens in my mind. Although, the Pokemon theme song encompasses way more of the ideas and the meaning behind Pokemon than Subway, eat fresh, which is actually not fresh anyway. And
when you sing the Pokemon theme song, what's the most emotional reaction of a fan that you have had?
Well, people. One guy said I had to leave the room. I started crying and I had to leave the room. People cry. They just tear up. It connects them with their childhood or connects them with something painful maybe in their childhood, and how Pokemon theme song, made them feel better about a certain thing. I just got a very long email about somebody who was saying that they had these traumatic experiences when they were a kid, and the theme song really helped them get through. And thank you so much. You don't know how much the song has meant to me, and I just wanted you to know. It was really a very emotional email. But live, I see it all the time. People start crying. They break down in tears. And this one guy came up and he said, yo, I don't want you to think like I didn't want to listen. I had to leave the room. I was just having so much of an emotional experience. I had to leave. And I was like, no, I totally get it. I totally get it. There was a girl who confessed that she was pulled out of a coma that she was in for weeks when the Pokemon theme song played. The room was very emotional when she relayed that story. But yeah, it's music is about experience, and in this music, because it connects to your Pokemon experience, it can trigger a lot of emotion, and that nostalgic feeling as well if you haven't played Pokemon or you haven't thought about it in a while. But chances are, if you're 25 to 40, you still have a connection to Pokemon, either through your kids that you sat in front of the starters and said, which one are you going to walk in front of? And they played the theme song and then they picked the Bulbasaur or the Charmander. Or you collect the cards, or your mom has a whole bunch of stuff in her garage that she's keeping for you. So everybody is still connected to this franchise that is the biggest franchise in human history, the biggest IP in human history. And so there's all kinds of opportunities and products that people are still connected to, and that song just triggers it.
Well, the song, just listening to it, it's so powerful. It's a rock song. I mean, it gets you up and going. It makes you feel good. What does it mean to you, the song?
Well, it's a whole bunch of general phrases that are about self-empowerment and, you know, being your own very best, your individual, unique, imaginative self, and contributing what you can to the world through Pokemon or through whatever it is you do. You are being the very best, like no one ever was. So it's a great message for all kinds of things. You could put, you know, every day is Friday instead of Pokemon. It's like you could put any product in there and it will hold with the lyrics that are general around it. And that's how the messaging works so well because it's very generalized, and then Pokemon is the specificity of it. But that could be anything.
I love that. A lot of people love behind the scenes secrets. If you could share one more gem with me about like what is something about the recording of Pokemon theme song that like fans just don't know.
Catch 'em if you can, Pokemon. Catch 'em if you can. That was the OG before Gotta Catch 'em All. That's what we recorded. They obviously didn't think that was going to be satisfactory. Oh, catch 'em if you can. Like, maybe you can. Maybe if, you have some time to catch 'em. It just wasn't a good call to action. The call to action was gotta catch 'em all, not catch 'em if you can. But that was the first phrase that was sung.
Wow. That's really cool. Thank you for sharing that. That is something I did not know. And I've played Pokemon, listened to your voice for generations now. I mean, it's actually it's really cool having you on the show right now. I appreciate you being on. And I really got a question for you. If you could perform the Pokemon theme song anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Um, it would be at the if I right, I'm gonna manifest this right now at the Pokemon EDM night event coming up at the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles, and then at the O2 in London. Pokemon has just announced that they are doing an EDM night with Marshmallow and Alice in Wonderland. And I have already done 2 EDM remixes and a hard style remix. So I'm already fully in the EDM world. My album, which is right there, no comment, with DJ Ino, AIN0, um, is an EDM rock album. So I'm very invested in the EDM scene, and all of a sudden, Pokemon is now investing in the EDM scene. And that the theme song has to be spun. It's already
Has to.
spun at EDM events. Most DJs, most music festivals have a couple of DJs that spin it. Stevie Aoki spins it, Hardwell spins it, and now I'm doing a collaboration with another DJ in the Netherlands called Outsiders, and he spins it. I'm going to be at hopefully it's not completely set, but another appearance at DEF CON. I've already performed there once with Rob and Altage Larstig is his name, and Rob Gastrop. The Pokemon theme song in a massive venue in front of 8,000 people. And this next event would hopefully be at that same festival in front of 50 to 60,000 people. So the Intuit Dome, 10,000 people is pretty good. I'd like to do that. And I'm going to try to manifest that right now with you and your audience. Anybody wants to see me at that Intuit Dome, Los Angeles, Pokemon EDM night out, let them know. Let them know. Let's get the buzz going. And at the O2 as well.
And make sure you give Jason a follow. All his stuff will be in the description down below. And, this
Yep.
podcast would not be complete if I didn't ask you the most important question of the whole episode.
Yep.
Who is your favorite Pokemon?
Yep. The favorite question that I know is going to be asked and that I have a very prepared and specific answer to, because everybody answers it. I mean, everybody asks it. I don't have favorites. I have experiences. I think when you have favorites, you limit yourself to less experience and to less learning and to less knowledge and less diversity. If I just had one thing that I did here and that was it, I wouldn't be the very best like no one ever was. I would be one thing and that would be all I am. But because I have a diversity of experiences and interests, I didn't just sing rock. I didn't just do rap. I didn't just do R&B. I didn't just do opera or jazz. I'm doing all of it. And experiencing all the Pokemon is how you become a master.
Drop the mic. That was great.
Drop the mic. Drop the Game Boy.
With that being said, what advice would you give someone chasing their dreams right now?
It's within reach. All you have to do is have a mental state of mind that believes that you're going to be there. And you don't actually have to know which seed that you plant will take you to your dream jungle ecosystem of massive opportunity. You just have to keep planting those seeds and move on and let the chips fall where they may. Let the seeds grow where they grow. But your job is to move forward with your self-empowerment, planting the seeds, giving what your gift is in whatever efficient way you can give that gift to those around you, to yourself, first of all, to enjoy what you're doing. Like I enjoy singing on my own, and then bringing that gift to your immediate surroundings, your family and your friends, and then the community around you. Whatever your gift is, give it to yourself, give it to your family, give it to your friends, and give it to the world. Plant those seeds.
Plant those seeds, everybody. I love that. That's kind of how I started this podcast, everybody. Go chase after your dreams because your dreams will not chase you. Jason, what has
I
been
like
the
that.
biggest driving factor for success in your career?
Self-empowerment, not waiting for somebody else to hire me, waiting for somebody else to determine my destiny, but to take control of it and to manifest it myself and not depend on somebody else to manage me. I need a manager who's going to manage my career, who's going to take me and put me in different places. No, I can manage my own career. I can take me and put me in these places. I can generate that same energy and not wait for somebody else to do it for me. I think in our society, we're constantly appealing to authority. We constantly need somebody else to validate us what we're doing in order for it to be relevant in media, in education, medicine, and when really we can take our own health, our own education, our own artistic expression into our own hands and not outsource it to somebody else that's going to verify and validate what it is that we do. That doesn't mean don't learn from people who are experts, but I mean, learn in your own way, in your own unique way. And you don't need to be verified and validated by somebody else because that's them the way that doing it the way that they do it. You do it the way that you do it and be the very best your way, like no one ever was.
Jason, the show is called Every Day is Friday, and Friday has a
Yep.
special energy. I want to ask you, what does Every Day is Friday mean to you?
Well, I guess it kind of on the surface it means I can stop doing what it is I was supposed to do all week that I didn't want to do, and and break free of the chains of societal structure, and be ready to have to enjoy my weekend. and I'm ready to enjoy my weekend every day, basically. So, I think it's kind of a good message because it basically says we are locked in the matrix structure of a 5-day week, but we have to break out of that and have the joy of the weekend all the time.
I love that. That is such a good point, and all your information will be in the description down below. Where can
Yep.
the people follow and support your work?
JasonPage.com. All of my socials are right there. If you have any interest in booking, you can get my contact form right there. And also you can send in your autographs you send in your items to get autographed. And there's all kinds of merch on my website. That's really cool. Sign the mailing list because when this drops, there's only going to be, I think 300 of them coming out and 9 colors to catch. Got to catch them all.
Jason, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for sharing your stories and experiences. I appreciate it.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate you.
And for everyone tuning in, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and keep that every day is Friday mindset going. Stay inspired and make every day feel like Friday. Jason, anything else you want to share?
Every day is Friday. Yeah.
Love it. Peace, everybody. Until next time.